to MS4, and today we're going to be talking about the Sephora sale, what I've picked up already, what I decided against, and how I'm feeling about it. Practicing a little self-care while we're at it. I am wearing the Wander Beauty Baggage Claim eye patches. These are in the Souvenir Silver limited edition color. You can get them in rose gold or gold. And then I have on the Summer Fridays, the lip butter balm in the vanilla, just keeping hydrated. I went to my physical therapist today, and so I'm trying to, this is a warming bag from Lavie. It's lava sand. The exterior pouch and the thing itself can be washed, which is stellar. And you can also, the thing that my partner likes the most about it is you can microwave it to warm it up and it doesn't smell like anything. He used to really hate like my rice ones that would have rice and different things in them, and it would always kind of stink when you got them out of the microwave. So this is Lavie. So I'm going to be having that on my back while we talk today. Just all that physical therapy sometimes gets to you. So just doing some self-care. I have my iPad here just for reference to talk about. Now I do shop the sale. I have been planning for about 2 weeks, and I've been adding stuff to my cart and taking it out and moving it to the love lists and trying to figure out what I really needed. Because one of the things that I do for sales, and also because I want to earn points and have that Rouge status, I funnel most of my replenishment items through Sephora or Ulta. There's some items that I have for replenishment that only are at Ulta. All the Peach and Lily stuff is from Ulta. But then Sephora has the Tatcha and so forth. And what I find is it kind of evens out. Occasionally the sites themselves will have great sales, but not always. And it always seems to happen when there's not a sale on that you run out of something. So I try my best to make sure that I'm timing things right for this and getting my replenishment items. I also decided that I would pick up just a couple of fun new things that I didn't have, that I'd been eyeing but not wanting to part with the full price amount for it. So that's how I was building up my cart. And then of course I had one thing that was a surprise item that came up, and I'll tell you about that in a second. And then there were some things that I decided that I just wasn't ready to replenish, or I wasn't really necessarily all that interested in, that I had other things maybe in my collection that would work better, or that I should be trying first if I haven't tried them before. So I started out. There were things that I had ordered from different places. The One Size website, I had run out of the makeup wipes, the cleaning wipes, and Sephora hadn't had those listed. I don't know if they're not carrying them anymore or if they're getting phased out, but I was needing to order from the website, and so I picked up a couple of other things. Their eye patches. The One Size is my favorite eye patch. They're a little bit large, but I really like their treatment. These are a little smaller, more comfortable that way, but I don't love the treatment as much, so it's kind of a half and half. But anyway, so that was something that I couldn't order from the Sephora website, so I got it from the One Size website, and that came today. And then the things I knew I wanted to pick up, the Tatcha Gentle Cleanser in the purple. I got the 4-ounce size of it. They come in now a 1.7 ounce, a 4 ounce, and then an 8 ounce, like a value size. And I chose the 4-ounce size because it fits better in my shower holders. I have quite a bit of things in my shower, as you might imagine. And so the 4-ounce fit better. So I did order that on day one. And day one for me was the 14th. Sephora Rouge shops the 14th through the 18th. and then the other 2 tiers are both shopping at the same time this year. The 18th, both can start. It's a 20% discount, a 15%, and a 10% discount as far as that goes, and anyone can join to be a Sephora insider. Just keep in mind, if you are at the insider of the 10%, it's not as good of a sale, and you might be better served going to the individual sites and waiting for a sale for things. So the first thing in my cart was the Tatcha, because I am almost out totally. I have other products, the Camellia Cleansing Oil, that is, I have my eye on, that I'm getting closer to being out of, but I'm not completely out of. But the Gentle Wash I use every single day. So I'm needing to pick that up. The next thing that went into my cart was the Breogio, the Coconut Exfoliating Scalp Treatment Shampoo. I get the jumbo size of that. That way I can refill one of my shampoo bottles with the wide spouts. Now Breogio on their site did come out with a 12-ounce squeezy tube because of feedback of people not wanting to have to dig into a jar of something. But I've found that I've really enjoyed using my empty shampoo bottle from them with the wide mouth. And I'll show you, this is what I picked up today from Sephora. This is the matcha and apple shampoo in a 12-ounce, and you see how big the lid of this is. This is my empty of this is what I use to put the scalp treatment in, and I really like that. It's easy to fill from the jumbo, and getting the jumbo and then getting it on sale is a really good value for that. So even though I'm really happy that they did get the squeezy tube of the 12-ounce, I'm still picking up the jumbo of that. I went to the store today to get this directly because I had the matcha and apple shampoo in my shower. I had the matcha and apple shampoo and the kale and apple conditioner, and I didn't know when I was looking at them if that had been a mistake on my part, if I had gotten them separately, and gotten the wrong one. So I had to go in to smell things. So I smelled them, this was it. So the matcha and apple one, I'm now replenishing this as my just general shampoo. Now besides the Breogio, the scalp scrub, and a shampoo, and the Tatcha, I was looking at some things that I wanted to pick up, but there was one more thing that I knew I needed replenishment wise, that if I ran out I was going to be sorry, and I was also going to be sorry I wasn't getting my 20% off of it. So I did pick up the Summer Fridays sunscreen, the tinted sunscreen. That's been my favorite. I really love it, and I don't want to run out of that, because right now that's the sunscreen. They always say, what's the best sunscreen? The one you're going to use. And whatever reason, I every day enjoy reaching for that sunscreen. Every once in a while I don't wear it because I'm inside the house and I'm not planning to go out because I'm working from home. But the sunscreen, I like the texture, the feel, the way my skin looks after it, and the protection from the sun. So I got the sunscreen, the order, in my first order. And then fun things that I had looked at, there's one more shade of the Danessa Myricks, the duochrome, that I was wanting to pick up. And so I picked that up, and I picked up a Haus Labs blush. And I had looked at all the different colors, and I had initially thought that I wanted the Pomelo Peach, and because peach kind of tends to look good on me, I like it, it looks more natural. And then when I had gone in and swatched it in store, and then I tried some on my cheeks, it was all right, but it didn't really read like a fun blush color. It just kind of read a little bit like a little bit of a bronzier maybe tone on me, or a little dirtier with just a hint of peach. And if one was looking for that, that'd be perfect, but on me, on my skin tone, it didn't read like a fun pop of blush. So the one that I ordered was the Dragon Fruit Daze. The runner-up was the Oh, and now I can't think of it. Anyway, so I got the dragon fruit Daze. I ordered it, so that will be coming. And I'll put down in the description box what the color of the twin flames from Danessa Myricks was, and then also I'll just list all of this in the description box. And then, so I got that order in and sent, and that was Friday morning. Somewhere in Friday afternoon, I was, for some reason, clicking into the Sephora site, and I noticed that they had the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye cream, which has been reformulated, and it was on sale. Normally $50, and it was on sale for $37.50. Now your discount code stacks on top of something that's on sale on the site. And so I'm really hoping, it looked from the promotional materials that were with the product that it was in fact the new one. And so I ordered that. And I also had been wanting, there was one Danessa Myricks, the microliners that I'd been wanting to get, but had been sold out. And so on that order on Friday afternoon, I got those two items. Now, again, you can see this is what I did today. And that's the only thing that I got today. And I'm very proud of myself. I did wander around a little bit. I tried out the Armani blushes, the creamed powder ones. They didn't have the new just powder ones out at my Sephora, but they did have the creamed powder, and that formulation was really nice. I liked it. I liked how it felt creamy and then went, almost automatically powdery, and how they applied and how the skin looked. I just didn't like any of the colors. There were 4 colors there that I tried, and I didn't like any of them. So that might have been something that I might have taken home if I had liked any of the colors, just because I really liked the formula. I enjoy the cream to powder. This is my Nun, N-U-U-N. It's like a very low sugar alternative to Gatorade. So I'm getting my potassiums, my salts. And so while I was in store, I swatched those blushes. I looked at the Charlotte Tilbury items. Charlotte Tilbury, if you are a member of her loyalty program, does a 20% off coupon. If you buy over $100 on her site, you can get 20% off. So for me, I don't have to be like, oh, I need to take advantage of the Sephora sale, because that's something that generally, if I'm ordering from Charlotte, there's a couple of things that I want at a time. The most recent things that I bought were the blush wands. And so I'm not, probably the next time that I am purchasing something Charlotte Tilbury, I will be picking up a couple things, so it will be easy for me to get a 20% off 100. I have purchased things off of her website for not that. There was one point in time I bought one limited edition lipstick, and I do not regret that. It's been a goal of mine to not be sad about paying shipping for things, but I don't believe I paid shipping on that. But it was one really lovely lipstick. Great color on me. So I was glad I did it. But anyway, so that's a case of knowing that there's going to be sales or a percentage off coupon there, that I don't have to rush to get something, to replenish an item when I'm not out of it, when I don't need it, or I'm not quite decided that I want something specific. So what else did I do while I was there? Tatcha has a new serum that launched, and I did do, on my inner arm, I did a test of that just to make sure that I wasn't reactive to it. Did a test of it on this arm, did a test of one of the Dr. Dennis Gross serums on the other other one, so I wandered around waiting to see if I was reactive to that. I'm not for either of those, so there are ones that I could pick up. I just don't know, like Tatcha, when they hit for me, they hit pretty hard, but when they don't, it's just a really expensive sort of a thing. So what I am hoping is, because it's a new serum and they're wanting to maybe get people to try it, that they'll be sending out samples, or Sephora's pretty good about a gift with purchase, like a $25 purchase. You can use a code and get a specific trial size of something. And I'm hoping that they'll do that with this new serum for Tatcha. So I did not pick up that. I figure, okay, we'll wait and see if we can't get a decent sized sample so I can try it to see if my face skin likes it, and if I see any results with it before I put out almost $100 for a serum. So this may be something that if I get a sample of that, I would wait until either Tatcha had a sale on their website or the next Sephora sale. I can pick it up because it's a big ticket item and I want to make sure that it's something that I like. So I just have my eye on that, looking for a sample of that one. The other things that I've been looking at, I will keep an eye on the Armani blushes. If before the sale is over they end up having the testers there, so I can look at that. I did swatch the Natasha Denona Love palette just to see if I kind of agreed with the people that I'd seen reviews of, you know, as far as just what the color reads were. And then I swatched the blushes from Too Faced. Excuse me. I have tea, I have none, I have water, I have so many beverages. I will not be parched. So I had also swatched the Lady Bold lip liners just to see what the colors were like. Those were nice colors. They looked good. They were gliding on very easily, but they were kind of hard to open. The lip liners were. So I'm like, well, I don't really need to be fighting every day to try and open my lip liner. So I'm like, well, not completely excited about that. The blushes were nice. I could open their packaging, which was good. But I wasn't just thrilled with the colors that they had. I felt like the colors were just pretty uninteresting to me. I've been thinking about blushes. I feel like my focus has been lipsticks. If you haven't watched my lipstick collection so far for 2023, it's the last video on the website on YouTube. But I feel like I'm moving towards blush as kind of a thing. I did get 2 new ones of that from Summer Fridays in the mail. These are only available on the Summer Fridays site, but they came as a package with the lip butter balm. As you can see, it's very shiny and pretty, and it feels good on. So I got this is the pink one, Pink Skies. And again, these are just very, very light. A little balmy, but not so much that you feel like. And I think this is Warm Desert. Let me double check that. Yes, Warm Desert. And you guys already saw Heat Wave on me. But anyway, so I just picked up those 2. The Warm Desert could be used as kind of a bronzer-ish sort of thing. So I feel like I'm moving into a blush, sort of not a frenzy. Nobody's frenzying anything. But I think that, you know, I'd been looking at the Haus Labs blush for a long time. And so I'm gonna try out that formula with this from the Sephora sale. And I did look at the creamed powder Armani, and I have looked at the Gucci blushes, and they are lovely little things. But I haven't gotten to the point where I've just really wanted to pull the trigger on those. Nothing's pushed me over. So it may be that somewhere along the line I might, but I'm not in any hurry with those. But the Haus Labs, I was just very curious, and that Dragon Fruit Daze shade was just compelling. Before we head out, I'll keep you updated. Let me know if you want to see the haul of it. This is really not that exciting because it's replenishment items. Face cleanser, shampoo, scalp scrub, more shampoo, the blush, the Danessa Myricks Twin Flames that I got, and the Danessa Myricks liner that I got. The rest, there's skincare. So I feel like it's not very exciting, but maybe that's a good thing. I was gonna say, related to that, Hannah Louise Poston had been talking about why she was not going to participate in the Sephora sale, and she kind of made her mark with her year of no buy, and she's so very thoughtful. But she was talking about how she had a problem with shopping, and it's one of those things that some people, if they have like an alcohol problem, can just completely swear off going to the bar. No friends' birthdays, no karaoke, nothing. It's just like you can't set foot in the bar, because if you set foot in the bar, it's going to be one bourbon, one scotch, and one beer times 3. Other people can go about it and go, okay, I'm going to be a designated driver and have a soda and not drink, or I can have one drink and I can keep myself to that. But Hannah was talking about how just the excitement and the feeling of it brought up all sorts of feelings from before, of kind of the guilt and shame and the overconsumption, and that for her sometimes having to pay that 20% was worth it, not to get wrapped up in the frenzy and excitement of shopping. That feeling and that compulsion was enough of a wreck to her life, or a disruption, that it was just better for her to pay the 20% and not get into the madness of it. So I thought that was really interesting. The whole, sometimes are you paying more money for a sale? Are you saying, oh, it's 20% off, that so I should spend thousands of dollars because it's 20% off? And it's like, well, would you have spent that if it wasn't 20% off? Is that the lure of the sale? So I feel like that's an interesting way to think about it, to do your thought process of whether or not you want to shop. And is it better for you to make a list and shop online, so you're not in stores, you're not dazzled by all the pretty, you're not having sales associates going, oh, what you should try? Anything like that. So for me, there is something to that. If it's easier just to put into a cart and then go through and give yourself time to take a breath, to take a beat, to go do other things, and then come back to it and look at it and go, do I really need this? Do I really want this? Is this something that I'm just enamored with for the moment, but is just going to sit in my collection and I'm not going to use it? Sometimes you don't know until you get something home, but sometimes you do. It's like, me having, a green lipstick. I like the thought of that sometimes, but how often am I going to use that green lipstick? And sometimes it's enough that I want it for once. That's totally worth it. And other times it's like, no, that was not a good purchase. So I think this is in that kind of know thyself for the shopping. Are there ways that you can go about not getting sucked into overspending, that you can use it for what you want, that serves your life? Because getting 20% off of something that you already intend to buy is not a bad thing. For me, trying to sit down and go, okay, these are things I already intend to buy. I'm using this and filtering through my replenishment items into Sephora so I can get more points. So when they are running free, like gift with purchases and things like that, I can pick those up. And I can also get points that eventually will turn into money off if I don't use them for items. But as long as you figure out, can the sale serve you? Because, you know, Sephora's not doing it out of the kindness of their heart. It's a moneymaker. It is. Because there's markup on products that maybe they're not getting as big of a markup on the products from the sale, but they're making up for that in volume because people are buying lots of things. So, and I just wanted to say, if you feel like, you know, you're getting excited and feeling not just like, woohoo, this is happy, but, you know, like it's a compulsion, it's a driven, it's a whatever to shop the Sephora sale. Think about what you can do for self-care. Can you sit in a chair and have a nice warm, I have my favorite blanket here too, you know, a nice cup of tea, some water, have some nice music, put on an eye mask that you already have, or a sample of something that you already have, put on your cozy warm robe. It was funny because I was getting ready for this and I was pulling up my iPad and it was all gross. The screen was gross. And I'm like, you know what, self-care? Cleaning off my iPad screen so it's not disgusting all the time. So kind of like that feeling when you're getting into new sheets, clean sheets, and the same thing. It's like you're opening up your iPad and the screen's not disgusting. So maybe that's self-care. And I think when we get deep in the thick of things, anytime in our life too, when things are getting rough and tumble, that if we can just take a little bit of time out for some self-care, whatever that looks like. Is it reading a trashy romance? Is it, you know, watching a game? Is it whatever? That can be some self-love. So if you start feeling too much compulsion, just take a beat, take a breath, take a drink of a nice cup of tea, and just relax. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now. Let me know if you need to see what I got as a haul. I know creamy cleanser is very exciting. So, but anyway, I love you guys. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you in the next video, okay? Bye-bye.